I should give myself my hype talk beforehand.
You can do this.
Yes. I'm ready? Yeah. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Listen, it is a special edition series tonight. When I tell you I have some big time guests in here with me tonight, I can't even begin. First of all, these are some of the greatest people that I've ever been around. I'm not even gonna mention the fact that they're stars, right? And I will be remiss to not tell you that you're gonna be in for a treat tonight. I'm gonna start out with trying to introduce these people, and please forgive me if I don't get everything correct, because I'm so excited, as you guys may see, to have these people here in front of me. So I'm gonna try to hold down my energy, but to my left, I'm gonna start to my left and just work my way around the room. I got one of the, first of all, best fighters who's already had 60 fights. I can't even phantom having 60 fights, and of those 60, 50 wins. That is in itself. How many of you understand that he's won half of 100 fights? That is absolutely amazing. And he's also a wonderful person and a good friend of me. Ashley Theophane to my left. Hey, you see, he has that $1 million smile. He said to me that he took a special plane from England to come and see me, which was probably like 5 miles down the Highway 15. So glad to have you here, Ashley. Next is the guy who I always call the money man. This guy has worked with some of the best and the top athletes in the world, especially in the world that I live in, which is combat sports. He works with some of the top guys. You'll see him around the ring all the time with some of the biggest fights at the MGM. He's here the weekend of the Canelo fight as well. He's going to be going to this. He also makes sure that I stay out of trouble financially because he's also my CPA as well, an accountant. So right in front of me is Mr. Mike Alvini. If you guys get a good look at that smile. See. Now, these are people who are close to me. That's the reason that I'm saying that. These are people that are actually close to me. And right in front of me, you're going to see him shortly. It's hard to really give this guy introduction. I'm going to start out with the first accomplishment, and that is Olympian. To start out with that, because everybody's not an Olympian, right? Olympian, not one division, but 2 division world champion and gladiator of the sport of boxing, and in pursuit, and currently, as of this week, I want y'all to hear me, ranked number one in the cruiserweight division, Mr. Badou Jack. There you go. Let me see. Look at his smile. That's what Hey, listen, man. First of all, let me tell you, thank all you guys for taking time out of your schedule. For those who don't know, you can't really tell, but this is not our normal shooting time. We're shooting this at night, really late at night in Las Vegas, and you know Vegas is crazy. So thank you guys for taking time to be here, and we're about to have a wonderful opportunity right here to share everything we need to share. So, Ashley, tell me, how was the trip?
Trip where?
To Las Vegas. You said you flew here?
Vegas, yeah. Oh my, yeah, it was good. It was a good trip. It was long. I'm still jet lagged, so I'm a bit spaced out. But it's always good to be here because I haven't been here for a few years now.
Why not?
He's not allowed to be here.
I was saying, he might have a warrant for his arrest.
COVID. So it's good to be back here, man.
So, Mike, when you come into town, and I'm going around the table for a reason, when you come into town, you're usually working. When you're at the fights, are you thinking work or are you thinking enjoyment when you see these guys do their thing?
Most of the time I'm thinking about work. It's enjoyment for me because I've been a boxing fan since I was 8 years old. And being able to work with world champions like Badou and be around people like Ashley, it's a pleasure.
Right.
But it's work.
Right.
My work just happens to be fun and I enjoy it.
Well, if Badou and the rest of your top guys give you the kind of hell I give you, I know you have a stressful day because I give him hell. I'm not going to lie. He gets tired of dealing with me. Badou Jack, I have so many questions. For those who don't know, Badou Jack was one of the first athletes, pro athletes, that brought me on as a strength and conditioning coach and gave me an opportunity to prove myself and being worthy to be with a guy of that caliber. And we've been together now going on 7 years, and we've won a lot of fights and done a lot of things along the way. So while we're here, I got to say thank you for that. I appreciate that.
Thank you, brother.
My question is, what made you box? Because, fellas, listen, let's be honest about this thing. Getting hit in the face is not normal. That's not something that people typically just want to do. Like, you know what? Let me go out here and get punched in the face and hopefully somebody pay me for it. What made you get into boxing?
Actually, the name of the game is I hit you, you don't hit me.
Yeah, that ain't the way it always goes.
I don't like to get hit. I like to hit. I like to beat people up. That's different. No, but I mean, I love to fight, like I said, and
it was always like that. Like as a kid, you loved to fight.
Yeah. What else should I do? No, but I just love boxing, and I dedicated my to my craft my whole career.
Right.
I didn't take no breaks.
Right. At what point did you actually start? At what point did you say? At what age did you say? You know what? I'm gonna try to commit to this boxing thing.
17, 18, right before 9/11.
Oh.
That's when I started. I had my first amateur fight.
Wow.
I was just about to be 18.
And so that, because a lot of people start earlier, like when they're, like I know for a fact Sean Porter started when he was 4 and 5 years old.
Yeah.
Right. And you started at 17. So that means your body don't have, hopefully, not enough wear and tear on it.
Exactly. That's why I'm still here. Still
That's right.
Going strong.
That's right.
I'm about to be 39. I'm still going strong.
You 30 what?
38.
37, 36.
28.
We keep it going. We're going to be 25 in a minute. But listen, if you look at his face, though, he has no gray hair, a full head of hair. This guy is one of the healthiest guys. Even as he's on the show, he's drinking water. Let me tell you, he's a healthy guy. He takes great care of himself. He invests in his nutritional plan. He has chefs come and cook for him to make sure he's
You want to show him the donuts?
Hey, man. What? Well, listen, man. You can't listen. We did have some donuts. We're not going to say it, but we did have some donuts. We need some sugar for tonight.
And I was dyeing my beard yesterday, too.
Hey, man, don't be telling people you dye your beard. Yeah. They're going to ask me why I don't dye mine. Ashley, when did you start?
So for me, is my dad was a fan of the sport. And I used to watch the sport with him. But it was the big American fights. I used to be at home. I was like 5 years old. I would watch these big American fights, and for me as a little kid,
right,
it just looked fun. Like just two men just going at it. So I was like, "Yo, Dad, I want to do this sport." For around 2 years, like my mom said no, kept on asking, and then he said, "All right, cool, just go and try it." And then I went down to the All Stars gym, and I just had so much fun as a little kid, like 8 years old, just a little kid, just having fun, just beating people up. I was like, you know, because you're a kid. That's what I'm saying. You're a kid. You want to fight.
No, not all kids want to fight. I'm trying to tell you.
Boys want to fight. That's what boys do. Little boys fight. So
I'm not saying they don't fight, but every kid is like, you know what? I want to fight. That's not what happens.
So yeah, it just came from that, man. Just seeing the sport. But for me, it was watching the big American fights. And then seeing that, and I was like, I want to do that. And then for me, like 20 years down, like the line, I actually came to America and I was doing what I wanted to do. So for me, it was about living my childhood dream. So even when I was out here and I used to run down the strip, I would always be like, when I was 5 years old, like I wanted to be here and I'm actually here. So I used to always like just tell myself to be proud of myself. You know what I mean?
Yeah, so is that where you got Badou met you? Is that what you met Badou? Is that where you guys met?
We met here.
So y'all met here?
2012. 2012.
Now, for those who don't know, these two individuals were also part of TMT, and that's where you guys met, I'm assuming, right?
Yeah.
Working in that same
gym.
stable.
Yeah.
And it just seemed like that class of individuals, right, was a very, not only just successful, but a very impactful class, because a lot of people that came from there end up being really successful in the sport. That whole little class. I know at least 3 or 4 guys that were in that group that went on to either become world champions or fight for titles. Yeah. And that's big in itself, because less than 1% of the people actually become champions, right? So for people who actually got that opportunity, I consider that a win as well, right?
Oh, yeah.
So let me ask you this. Is that why you created Treasure Boxing Club, based on your experience as a kid, you know, wanting to go to the club, go to the boxing club and try to get better there? Is that why you created your own, to get back the same way?
Yeah, so basically, like the boxing gym for me done so much for my life. And because I was coming to the end of my career, I was like, I want to do for other kids what this sport has done for me, like my own gym, to help out like the kids and stuff. So that's why I started it, and it's going great right now.
Right. Badou, I wanted to ask you this. We know you made the Olympic team, but what was it like winning that first world title? I mean, because you fought Anthony Durrell for that first world title, and the odds weren't in your favor. They were against you.
Yeah.
But when the fight started, it didn't look that way. It looked like you were the favorite. So when that belt was wrapped around your waist, right, and you knew you were world champion, did you feel anything at that moment, or did you feel it like once you got to the hotel, or did it hit you a week later? How did that feel?
No, it hit me right away, and I knew I was gonna win, and it was like a sense of relief after all the hard work, all the things I've been through in my career.
Right.
I lost to a journeyman. An accident happened. I went back and forth, management problem, everything. So
Right.
it was just a relief. Yeah, finally.
Well, I'm glad you say that, because first of all, I was beyond excited when I saw it, because I got a chance to actually see you in the gym a few times. I wasn't working with Badou at the time, but I knew him. So a guy that I knew, you see training every day, goes and wins, and you're going to get a chance to see that guy again. I'm looking forward to congratulating him. So let me ask you this, because you mentioned about all the things you went through. I think Ashley may be able to chime in on this as well. So many people see you guys as stars, and they see you as being successful. And a lot of times, especially on social media, what is glamorized is you driving the nice cars, or you get the nice girls, or you got all the jewelry and you got all the money. But they don't realize you actually go through things and have to give up things prior to getting to that point. So what is something that you had to go through that challenged you, that made you at one point think, I might not make it. I might not get to be that world champion I wanted to be?
I mean, I always believed in myself regardless. But yeah, I had some bad management when I first moved here. They put me in a apartment with no furniture, no money in the pocket, nothing. Like
Wow.
a slave contract, basically.
Right.
So
yeah,
I borrowed money from friends. The little fights that I had, I didn't make no big money back then.
Right.
So yeah, I had to. After a while, I had to. I was actually ranked number 5 maybe in the world. This was probably 2011, 2012. I had to move back to Sweden actually, because I couldn't pay my rent and stuff like that.
So wait a minute. So for those who didn't hear it, he's from Sweden. So you were ranked in the top 5 in the world.
Yeah, I think I was 17-0. That was right before I signed with Floyd.
Yeah. So you ranked in the top 5 in the world, 17-0, and the money didn't have any money.
Yeah, top 10 at least.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was ranked by the WBA, WBC back then.
Yeah. And so I want everybody to understand that even at that
No, I take that back. I was 10-0, 11-0, something like that. Yeah.
But you were still ranked, and you had to go back home because the money wasn't there to support you. Because I think too many people believe once you get there, you made it.
Right.
You don't need anything. So you had to go back home, right, to Sweden. And what did you do once you got back to Sweden?
Yeah, so I had to work. Before I turned pro, I was a bouncer. I was a bouncer, but in like a small restaurant, because I don't want to be seen like back in the club like that. So I had to go home, work a little bit. I was waiting for, that was the time Floyd was in jail.
Right.
For a couple of months. So yeah.
So
I was just, Mike Tyson just walked me out the ring in my first Showtime fight, I think.
I remember seeing that.
Yeah, and then they see me back in Sweden working as a bouncer. So yeah, it was a tough time, but I believed in myself, saved up some money, came back to Vegas. I met up with Floyd, and he said he would love to sign me, and the rest is history. So
how long did you stay in Sweden during that period of time, if you don't mind me asking?
About 6, 7, 8 months, something like that.
All right, so you had to take a break during that period of time.
Yeah, but I always trained. I never gave up on my dream. I stayed, stayed in shape, sparred.
Wow.
I trained like I was in training camp.
Well, that's the part that I want people to understand, because it's not out. No matter how much you want to be successful, no matter how much you commit to it, you have to stay committed enough to the point where you understand that your reward is going to come after you sacrifice and give up something.
Yeah, it's not gonna happen overnight, and it's never gonna be easy.
Never. And if it is, you're not gonna hold it long.
Right.
What about you, Ashley? Because I know you're not from the U.S. as well. What is something that you feel like you've had to go through in order to get to this level of success that you got to, that people might not always understand?
Well, to go with chime in with what you just said, like when I beat the world number 3, I got paid like 12,000 or something like that. The world number 3.
Yeah.
And I was supposed.
Wait a minute, you beat the third best person in the world. You made $12,000.
That's what I'm saying, and that was on ESPN. That was on ESPN Friday Night Fights, and it was the main event. And he was supposed to be, because I was his warm up fight before he fought Canelo, so he was supposed to fight Canelo.
And who was this?
Like Delvin Rodriguez.
Okay, got it.
So he fought for the world title. He lost the split, I think, and then he was coming back, and then they said, but because we used to be in camp together, because we had the same guy, like Stan Hoffman.
Right.
And so they said, boom. I think they watched us spar, and they must have felt he got the best of the sparring, but sparring is sparring. You can't go by that. That's so anyway, I knew I could win, so I was like, cool. So anyway, I beat him like a majority, but it was only like 12,000 I got. Then I got offered to fight. I don't know if you like remember him, Randall Bailey.
Yes, I do.
So he was a beast. Then it was world champion, everything. Right. So anyway, I got offered, I think it was 20K to fight him, world title eliminator.
So you one step away from the world title, and you get offered 20,000. Mike, listen, I'm not the smartest man in the world, but I don't think he really needs you for help for that $20,000.
Can't do much with that.
Right? No, but this is what I'm saying. At that time, there was fights on ESPN that a lot of them were getting paid that amount of money. Like the money was low. Like the guys around now on PBC and all of that, they're getting paid well compared to what we were getting paid at that time. 2010. So anyway. So the thing is, I was like, boom, I want more money, blah, blah, blah. So they didn't give me the money. So in the end, that's when I went back home because like a British promoter said, do you want to fight the British champion, blah, blah, blah. I said, how much? It was more than what I was going to fight for the world title, like a eliminator.
That's crazy.
That's what I'm saying.
That's crazy.
So then I fought him. I was like, it's easy money. I'm going to go back home. So then I went back home and then I just done that. So the point I'm trying to say, like he had bad management and stuff, but sometimes you got to go through the BS to get to your goal. So he's had many downs in his career where he believed in himself and he had to keep going. And I always remember, like when I was back home and my dream was to come to America and to get some big fights here. And I always said, like, because at that time I wasn't getting paid a lot of money. It was like 10K here, like 10K there. And I was just like, you know what? I'm going to give my best, and whatever I achieve. Because I didn't have no management for 10 years as a pro.
Right.
So I was doing this all on my own, just trying to get fights on the B side, trying to do the upset thing.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying. A lot of young amateurs, I see it a lot over here and in England. They're good amateurs, but they think that because you're a good amateur, it means you'll be a good pro and it means you'll be getting paid.
Yeah. Well, history has shown us that's not always to be true because, I mean, the reality of it is you got guys like Badou Jack who offset that all the time. He wasn't the Olympic gold medalist. He was an Olympian, but he's a 2-division world champion. So his styles make fighting. And there's some people who actually, and I have to give a testament to him for this, that athletes show up more when the lights are on. Sometimes people are more showtime fighters than anything else. And like you mentioned as well, it ain't always shown in sparring. You'll see guys who are amazing in the gym, amazing when the gym sparring. But when them lights come on, they're not the same. And that's what makes it different for you guys.
We got a lot of them, in Floyd's gym. Yeah. Everybody see Floyd, they want to be like him and everything, but they don't know what he went through.
Yeah, that's right.
He same thing with him. He started from the bottom, and yeah, like I said, those guys, they look great in sparring because there's no crowd,
right?
There's no pressure.
Well,
sparring,
like I said earlier, his first win, he won it, and he was at super middle at 168. Then Badou decided, I'm not going to stay here. I'm going to go ahead and go up to light heavy. So he decided to go to light heavy. And I was with him by this time. And I was like, okay, Bob, you want to go to light heavy? I think we can do it. Let's go ahead. Let's take the next 3 to 4 months, maybe 5, to make sure we transition right. And we're going to get to it. I'm be honest with you. Badou had made sure all of us had the confidence because he was super confident. The whole time he was like, look, I'm winning. He's not going to make it out. I'm winning, and that was from the very beginning. And that was against Nathan Cleverly. right? Was that 2017, right?
Yeah.
And he decided, hey, I'm gonna go ahead and get this title. And he went in there and just, I hate to say, I don't want to sound rude, he just destroyed him in that. And Nathan Cleverly is a world champion and a very classy and strong fighter. As a matter of fact, he's ranked as one of the top guys, punch output, that ever come through the sport. He delivers a lot of punches, and you couldn't tell it that night because on average, Badou was throwing around 88 punches on average that night, all the way through. So you go on to be lightweight world champion.
Heavy.
I like light heavy. Not lightweight, light heavy. You go on to be light heavyweight world champion. What was your goal at that point? Were you thinking, hey, I'm gonna go ahead and go to cruiser? Or you like, let me get all the belts at this level?
Actually, I didn't even want to fight Nathan Cleverly. I wanted to fight Adonis Stevenson right after. I just fought James DeGale as a southpaw. I wanted to fight what's her name? Stevenson the next fight.
Right.
But he fought, I think, Fonfara or somebody. So he wasn't available in August. He fought in June or something. Right. So on that big card, Mayweather McGregor.
Right.
So that's why they, they were negotiating with Nathan Cleverly, but for some reason it didn't happen. Like, it didn't get announced for like 2 weeks before the fight. That's why the WBA order, at that time, there was actually Bivol.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
But he had like 10 fights. Nobody knew who he was. He was the interim champion. I don't know how he won, became the interim champion, but whatever. So since they didn't have no deal, so they ordered Bivol and Cleverly. But then we made a deal. So Floyd said, I got you that fight with Cleverly.
Right.
But I got some bad news, too. You're going to have to give up the title right after. I said, why? He said, yeah, but that's how we negotiate the contract or whatever. That's what they said. So if you win, I said, well, let's fight the dude. Like, if we have, there's no money, there's nothing, or whatever. Right. He is a no-name fighter. You're gonna fight. The good thing, we're gonna give you Adonis Stevenson next. You're gonna fight for the real WBC title and the lineal.
Right.
All right, let's do it.
Right.
Yeah.
So you win the title, and then you have to give it up. How long did you get a chance to hold the belt for? How long was that?
I don't remember, like a month or something.
Then you had to give it up.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Well, I was gonna fight for a better title anyway.
Right, correct.
Yeah,
correct.
That was the regular title, so I was gonna fight for the WBC title and the lineal, whatever you call it.
Right.
Yeah.
Now here's the thing I want to ask you, because
against the biggest puncher in boxing,
he is Adonis Stevenson. Definitely is. Yeah, I'm glad you brought him up, because he's one of those fights that not just but I'm pretty sure everybody around this table, Mike, I want to hear you input on this because you're a big time boxing fan as well. I felt like you got robbed in that fight. I felt like you won that fight. And I feel like you got robbed from a few fights, to be honest with you, where you should have won. And it's not just my opinion. This is the boxing community's opinion, that you got robbed from a few fights. You know, how hard is it to stay motivated when those kind of things happen, you know?
I mean, it's very, very, very sad. It was 4 fights that really... Lucien Boutte, they gave me a draw, so I kept the title, but it was still a draw. But he was on steroids, so they gave me a win anyway.
Right.
James DeGale, I should have won.
That should have been a win.
Yeah, unified. I should have both belts. Ring Magazine, IBF, and WBC. Adonis Stevenson was a draw in his hometown.
Yeah.
And with Pascal was even worse. So them 4 fights, but it is what it is. I was blessed. I having Floyd. As a promoter, you know, he gave me the opportunity to fight right back all these big fights anyway. So, yeah.
So what did you think about that, Mike? Did you think he had won those fights?
I score every fight that I watch, and I scored that fight 115, 113 for Badou.
How do you remember still?
But I have a pretty good memory when it comes to that stuff like
numbers.
that.
Numbers. That's right. Like I can't even remember my cell phone number sometimes.
Let me tell you the real way I remember who won that fight. And you know, if I'm putting somebody on blast here, you can always edit it out. I was back at the hotel before everybody else was.
Right.
And I saw Sugar Hill walking Adonis Stevenson to the elevator.
Right.
And Adonis couldn't walk. He was holding him up and carrying him to the elevator.
That's the way it was the whole time out.
Yeah.
I saw him the same thing when he walked from the ring. I saw the same thing.
And when I see a guy like that, and Badou was in the locker room, I was in the locker room afterwards, and Badou was skipping rope, trying to work it up so he could pee to get a drug test.
Yep,
so
I remember that.
Badou's back there jumping rope, and Adonis is being carried to the elevator.
I remember that. So this next question I always wanted to ask you, Badou, and I'm going to ask you this question too. Okay, Brown, right? And you fought him at the MGM Grand, and by far, and hopefully we can get a picture of that up on the screen at some point, by far the worst cut in the history of boxing. And when I say the worst cut, I mean it was to the skull. And I can say that because I saw it personally for myself. I don't need anyone's opinion. I was in the back, and the part that really surprised me, I knew he was split down the middle of his head to the skull. When I got in the back and we was talking, he was holding his baby girl, head split wide open, and he acted like he wasn't hurting at all. He seemed like he was okay, no problem. And I could see the skull. I'm like, that's crazy, right? So when that fight happens, right, the first thing I want to ask, and somebody's going to think I'm stupid for asking this, did that hurt? I mean, it looked like it hurt, but did that hurt when it happened? Because you didn't look like you were hurting that bad in the back.
No, I mean, it hurt the first time we hit, he's headbutting me, but the adrenaline, I mean, no, it didn't hurt. But, I mean, this is the hurt business, so that's what you got to do.
Crazy, though.
You got to keep fighting. But he never hurt me. He never hurt me. It wasn't nothing like that, but it was just bleeding a lot. So I couldn't see. It was hard to fight, but it didn't hurt.
Listen, man.
I'm a fighter. Come on, man.
I hear you, man. And you got that gladiator mentality, but I'm sorry, bro. If you get hit, when a guy get hit like that to the skull.
He didn't hit me, though.
Well, not with his hands. He headbutted you. Yeah. He definitely got that cranium head.
He did that to like 4 fighters.
Yeah, everybody. He got that. What they say, he had that Galactica head. Yeah. when he hit you with his headbutt the first time, because it happened more than once.
Yeah. And
then hit his second time. I just knew that they were going to stop that fight.
Yeah.
And they went the entire 12 rounds. You went the entire 12 rounds.
Yeah.
And then I'm thinking, okay, he's not going to make it because there's too much blood gushing out for that entire period of time, especially at high rate. You ended up having to go to surgery that night, plastic surgery, to get that fixed. Do you happen to know how many stitches they actually had to put in your head to fix that?
It was 3 layers, so I think it was like 30 on each or something like so, about 100 maybe.
100? That's crazy, 90, man.
Yeah.
That's crazy. You can't even see it now, for sure.
Yeah.
So let me ask you this. I ask every fighter the same question. I'm not going to ask you who it was who hit you the hardest, right? But when you get hit and you know he hit you hard, Sean Porter said he didn't feel it. That he don't feel it at the time. Do you actually feel the pain when they hit you?
I will say there was 3 fighters where they hit me. Well, there was one fighter, especially 9 years ago. It was on It was Canelo. It was Canelo and Floyd, and it was Mexican dude, and I lost a split, but every time he hit me, I was like, what the F is in his hands? Like I just felt
he's the first person ever to tell the truth.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? He's the first person to tell the truth.
He was super strong. Super strong.
What the F he got in his hands?
That shit was crazy.
Antonio Margarito's stablemate.
Yeah. I was like,
plastic.
He's like, what the hell he's got in his hands?
Yeah, that shit was
so at least you're the first person to say that.
Yeah.
If Badou can get hit in the head by the headbutt to the skull and he say no, you're the first person to say, yeah, I actually felt something there.
Yeah, I did. No, but it's just sometimes you fight guys and because it was like Garcia. I fought him and at a time like he was a young guy KOing everyone.
You gotta say his first name because it's 600 Garcias.
Hey, if you don't remember, just say Garcia. We'll go with it.
Danny. So Danny. So I fought Danny. Yeah. So when I fought Danny, he was like a young star, like KOing all these guys.
He's like a star though. He's not just some random star.
No, I know, but when I fought him, he was like a young star, and they were just trying to push him. So I was supposed to be his first test.
Right.
But when I got in the ring with him, I moved around for the first rounds because he's supposed to hit hard, blah, blah, blah.
Right.
But then when I got hit by him, I was like, oh, snap, you don't even hit that hard. And then
Right.
I started to go like towards him. And then
Right.
I lost the split, but, you know, some
Most
folks,
people say he won, though. I
Yeah,
haven't
That's a
seen
good
the
fight. I
fight.
remember that fight.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but some folks they say I win. But anyway, but that's what I'm saying. but that's what I'm saying. So there's some guys who's supposed to hit hard, but when I did fight them, it was like I didn't feel it. So
Right.
it is what it is, man.
Listen, we've talked about a lot of different things, and I want to have an opportunity for the young fighters to hear, you know, some things as well, because we know we can have fun. We can sit here and talk all day and just joke about it all day, but as a young fighter, if a young fighter is watching this show, right, and I want to give everybody an opportunity to speak, including you, Alvini. Starting with you, Badou, a young fighter, he decides he wants to turn pro. He's going to be a pro. What advice would you give him about, one, how to manage his career, meaning his life? Because for those who don't know, Badou has a very straightforward life, Muslim life. He doesn't drink, he doesn't smoke, he doesn't party, he hangs out, he's with his family all the time. He's definitely a man's man. I have nothing but the utmost respect for this guy. What advice would you give a young fighter, not only in how he lives his life, but also how to handle the business side of boxing?
I mean, have a small team, and don't have honest people around you. No yes men.
Yeah.
Like, you don't need 20 guys. Have like 3, 4, 5 guys. That's it.
Right.
So I'm saying all my guys, all you guys are like Ashley. He come to all my fights.
Right.
Even, it don't matter if it's on Saudi Arabia.
Yeah, that's right. I just saw him.
Whatever it is, he always there to support.
Right.
Have good people around you, and stay away from trouble. It's easier said than done, but
Right.
yeah, stay away from. You can't live like as a boxer just in training camp. You gotta. That's a lifestyle, you know.
Right,
You gotta,
absolutely. So from a business standpoint, I know you spoke about you had a bad contract at the time.
Yeah.
Is there any advice you can give outside of being specific, you know, just something very general? Because I'm pretty sure there has to be some general points that you have to hit.
Yeah, I mean, I just wanted to fight at the time. So
Right.
I didn't even think about money. I didn't think about no contract. I didn't have money for no lawyer or nothing. But yeah, so I was like, yeah, whatever. If it's that high percentage, if it's this and that, I don't care. I just want to fight.
Right.
But yeah, no, you got to look into your contract. Try to get somebody to look at it first.
Yeah, before you jump
Yeah,
into that.
and
That makes perfect sense. Now,
don't buy no jewelry or a bunch of bullshit. Save your money.
that's probably some of the best advice you could ever give anyone, because I swear, me being in the sport as long as I have, every young boxer, they may have 10 to 12, max 15 fights. They got Louis Vuitton coats on. They got the starter kit, Mr. T starter kit jewelry on. And I'm like, how much money is this kid actually making? He got $150,000 on his chest.
Yeah.
So that's some great advice. Please listen to that, young fighters. Ashley, what would you give? What advice would you give?
So what I'll say, the most important thing you can say and do is have a good team around you, like a team that actually want you to win, that want the same goals as you. Because sometimes I've seen guys where they had a team and there's some people trying to plot them to lose behind their back.
Oh,
So you know what I'm saying? It happens
speak
in
on
the
it.
sport.
Speak on it.
So
speak on it.
you have to be careful of the team you put around
Speak on
you.
that.
Even if you're so good, like sometimes you can be so good, but if you got a bad team, you won't achieve your potential.
Right.
So having a good team will help you get to the top.
Is there any advice on how to not let that happen? Like, how do you skip from making that mistake, though?
Well,
you know?
If you're gonna sign with anyone, or if you're gonna get guys in your team, you got to see who else they work with.
Oh, that's big.
You know what I'm saying? Because you
Yes.
watch who else they work with, and you see like what they do, how they conduct themselves. Like you watch how someone conducts themselves and how their team can. You can just look how people conduct themselves within
Right.
the team,
Right.
and you know what he does. Or you just go to ask around about that person,
Right.
and you will find out. You know
Right.
what I'm saying? So you have to investigate, because from when you sign that deal, you will regret it, and then you're stuck with them for how many years?
Right. And to be honest with you, and Alvini, I'm gonna bring you in this loop. That's how I ended up working with Michael Alvini, is because he had talked to me years prior, and I decided not to go with him. but I was watching him, and I was watching him how he was interacting with all these high level fighters, and not one of them had a negative thing to say about him. And then I was just like, I remember calling my wife. I was in Tennessee at the time, and I remember calling my wife like, hey, I think I'm gonna talk to Mike about, working with us. And he wasn't pushing or anything, but I had did my research. I had talked to enough people. I talked to Amir Abdallah about it as well. I talked to Badou. I talked to some other people as well about it, and they all had great things to say. And so then I addressed him after doing that research, and now he's a permanent part of the team. But Mike, this being your profession, which we all call you the numbers man, right? This is what you do. What financial advice would you give a young man who's deciding he wants to go pro? He may have 10 fights. He's making about $20,000, $25,000 a year, but he's fighting maybe 3 to 4 times a year if he's lucky at that point.
Yeah, I mean, the first thing, I'll go off topic a little bit here. I want to echo what these two guys are saying. You've got to learn how to overcome adversity before anything else. The iceberg illusion, where people only see the tip of the iceberg. They see your accomplishments. They see the things that you have. They don't see how far down that iceberg goes below the surface and we'll get into it. And even me personally, I started Alvini and Associates in 2006. I was 27 years old, and I had left a $120,000 a year job, which most people would think would be a dream job at the age of 26.
Right.
My first year in business, I made $13,000.
I made 13 too.
And people don't realize, I mean, in the first 2 years, I was broke several times. You have to really believe in yourself, and you have to really believe that you're going to get to where you think you're going. Very similar to when you guys started out in your careers. You can't think that success is going to happen overnight. So that would definitely be the first thing. Don't put on airs. Don't feel the need to wear expensive jewelry. Don't feel the need to prove your success to anybody else except yourself.
Right.
So that would be the first and best piece of advice I could give. Secondly, echoing what they said, have a good team around you. The people that are around you need to be technically competent in whatever field that they're working in. They have to be very good at what they do, but also they should have been with you from the beginning at some point. When we all started working together, at the very beginning, I'm not making money off of people who are making $25,000 per fight.
That's right.
So why am I investing my time into them? I'm investing my time into them because this is what I do. We know where we want them to get to, and I'm emotionally invested in. I'm a boxing fan. So, you have to look at people's motivations, and people need to prove to you that they're not just in it for themselves. And I think that's a big part of screening the members of your team.
Right. When I'm listening to everyone's voice and listening to what everybody has to say, in my opinion, what it boils down to is integrity. 100%. I think every person here in some shape, form, or fashion is echoing around the concept that you have to understand the person's integrity in which you're working with. And I totally agree with each and every last one of you. And I know moving forward, there's a lot more that we can do. If you have something else to say and give these guys some information, being the numbers guy, what would that be, Mike?
Well, saving your money, keeping yourself in a powerful negotiating position. What most people don't understand is that if you're going to negotiate, you always have to negotiate from a position of strength. So not needing that next fight paycheck is very important. If you have enough money saved, boxing is a business, right?
Right,
and
that's true.
These guys have alluded to, there are a lot of shadowy figures, but trying to plot your demise. You can, for lack of a better term, having money set aside that allows you to say, F you, I don't want that fight at that price.
Right.
That gives you leverage, and that gives you the power to pick and choose the fights you want, pick and choose the opponents that you want. Think about when Floyd really made it. Floyd's making a ton of money. He can do whatever the heck he wants.
That's right.
If you are broke between fights, guess what? You have to fight whoever they put on the table in front of you and for whatever price they name.
That's true.
That's it.
That's true. And like I said before, if you guys heard me earlier on the show, Mike is also my CPA, but Mike and I, we have a love-hate relationship, okay? I'm going to be honest with y'all. Mike has put me in so many different positions.
Ooh, it's getting deep in here.
I'm going to talk about it, man, because if I could talk about anybody, I'm going to talk about my own life, right? So Mike is responsible for my finances, and I literally have to call Mike most of the time when I want to buy something big. And for 2 or 3 years, he's told me no.
I must always say no, yeah.
Yeah, he says no way more than he says yes. But I have to tell this story, and I said this story earlier to some of the guys. Mike is coming to my house for a consultation. He's with my wife and I, and he's sitting at the table. Now, I'm the one who invited Mike to my house, which probably will never happen again. But I invited Mike to my house, and wife is sitting at the table, and he says to me, out of the blue, as we're looking over our finances, he says, "Hey, Coach Wade." I'm like, "Yeah, do you trust your wife?" I'm looking at him like, did he just ask me this in front of my wife if I trust her? What, I'm going to say no, right? And I said, yeah, right? He's like, okay, so are you willing to give this percentage of your company to her? And I'm looking at him like, do you want to get fired? What are you talking about right here, right? But Mike had a point behind it. He had a method to his madness. Even though I didn't like it, it made me uncomfortable, and he almost got fired at that moment.
Well, for all these years, you've never brought this up to me.
Yes. It was, well, it's how do you tell somebody who's done amazing work for you that he almost had me have a divorce at that table?
Did you trust that it was part of the plan?
I didn't know what the hell was going on. I'm not going to lie. Because, listen, the one thing I can say, whenever my wife is on the phone and Mike is on the phone, I lose the argument every time. So I didn't know what direction it was going. I just knew I wasn't happy with it,
Well,
So
we talked about integrity, right?
Yes, we did.
I do consider myself a man of integrity, so I'm going to give you the truth every single time, no matter if it hurts or if it makes you look bad or if it makes her look bad.
Right,
You're
right.
going to get the truth. But in reality, in that particular situation, I was setting you up for success.
And you did. You did.
I mean, you live in a state where no matter what your answer was, you were still going to be giving her 50% of the company. So
Right.
And quite frankly, it was a way that was going to save both of you tax dollars as a couple. So
Yeah, and I'm always
And
anytime
make you look good.
yeah, and make me look good. But the thing is, making me look good, I think that has more value than saving the money at that time.
Well, that makes you look good too.
Because the whole time she looked at me like, what's his answer gonna be, right? So you did help me there. But listen, fellas, look, I've taken a lot of your time up. I'm really grateful you guys took time to be on the show with me tonight. Before I let you go, Badou Jack, do you have any closing words you want to give to the people? And if not, it's okay. Let everybody know where they can find you as well.
You can find me in the streets. We're looking to be back in the ring hopefully in December.
Right.
We're hoping that we can fight Junior Macabre for the WBC title.
Yes, sir. That would be a beautiful opportunity. That'd be beautiful. That would make 3 different divisions.
Yep.
That's not that you haven't already had a Hall of Fame performance, but that's definitely going to put you on that ballot. You get that 3rd division. Not many people have done that. So that's going to be big. Hopefully we can get that fight. Do you have any idea where that fight could possibly be at any point or no?
No,
If it happens.
hopefully the Middle East actually, but I don't know. Well, the fight is not done or nothing yet.
Right.
We talking and hopefully we can make it happen. If not, we get. I want a big fight though.
Right.
Get one of the other champions or I don't know, maybe Kovalev or somebody like that.
Yeah, well,
a big fight.
Like we said earlier, he's ranked number 1. So if anybody's deserving, you're deserving. Badou, what's your social media handle so people can go and follow you?
At Badou Jack.
At Badou Jack. That was real simple, right? Before I move on to you, why Badou is so cool when, at Badou Jack. He's so cool when he talks, right? Ashley, before we go. Is he asleep over here?
Hey,
too.
jet lag. Oi. Is
that why your eyes are so tight? So before we go, do you have any words for the people before we go? And if so or not, can you give them your handle where they can find you as well?
So basically, I've retired, and the next phase of my career now is to help the kids in the community.
Yes, I love that.
With my gym.
I love that.
So I'm just out here just spreading the word.
What's the name of your gym?
Treasure Boxing Club.
Treasure Boxing Clubs. I love that.
Yeah,
I love that.
So that's what we're doing now. So it's just all about the kids and just helping the next generation. So that's why I'm here. This is why I'm in America. You know what I'm saying? Trying to help the kids. It's
Look at
all
the
about
shirt. Look at the
kids.
shirt. He got the shirt on.
It's all about the
Who's
kids.
this handsome guy on the shirt though? Is that you?
It's a young Ashley. It's a young Ashley.
That's one of the retarded kids from this gym.
Yeah, we're definitely cutting that out.
Can't say that.
Yeah, we're so cutting that out.
I can't post that.
Yeah, we're so cutting that out. Well, Ashley, give us your handle. What's your handle on social media?
At Ashley Theophane.
What?
At Ashley Theophane.
And at Treasure Boxing Club.
And
right?
Treasure Boxing Club.
My boy.
Yeah, he gonna look out for you. I mean, you fly all the way to Saudi Arabia to watch him. He gonna make sure he look out for you, right? And last but not least, Michael Alvini, the man with the numbers. What do you have some parting words before we go? And if so, let us hear them, and also give us the handle for you as well.
Number one, thank you for having me on.
Absolutely.
It's my pleasure to be here. All of you guys are family to me, so it's always great to see all of you. I had a sheer surprise of joy when Badou rolled down the window and I saw Ashley sitting in the passenger seat.
Right. He's always fun.
I haven't seen Ashley since before the pandemic, but I was telling them before that, no matter what country I was in, no matter what airport I landed in, it's like, oh, there's Ashley. Oh, there's Ashley.
Yeah, right.
Like,
If it's a Badou fight, Ashley gonna be around the fight. Best believe that. That's his guy.
No, so thank you so much for having me on. We have pretty big goals as a company. We want to change the sport of boxing.
Yes, sir.
Boxing is littered with stories of guys who accomplish a lot in the sport, but then are left with nothing financially afterwards.
Absolutely.
And if there's one thing I could change, I want to change that. And it's a big passion of mine, and I know a lot of other fighters want to help with that goal. So it is what I want to accomplish with my life. It's my life's purpose.
That's a blessing. And where can they find you at? Because I want some of these guys to reach out to you. So any of those boxers who feel like you want to be successful and you want to be able to have some money when you retire.
Come to Death Row.
That's the most gangster I'm ever going to be right there.
See, that's the reason why I love this show, because you can just say what you want to say. Come to Death Row. You shook.
Thank you.
Yeah. So tell us.
That's a little shook.
That's a little shook. Let us know where we can find you at, man.
At MJ Alvini.
MJ Alvini. That's on every social media platform?
It is, yes. Okay. Instagram is the main one that I'm on.
Right.
And Facebook, Michael Alvini.
Right. Well, let me thank you guys again. I know it was not easy. You guys have been doing a lot of work all day. It's late at night for us, and you just still took time out of your day. I know most of you should be asleep at this point, including me, but I do appreciate it. But before I go, let me say this. If you guys didn't learn anything tonight, if you didn't learn anything in this podcast, the number one thing that you need to understand is, in order for you to be great, you got to have other people of like mind and integrity in order for you to get to your greatness. Otherwise, you're not going to make it. The system isn't always created for you to be successful, but it's a chance and an opportunity for you to be successful. But you got to have the right people around you, the right integrity around you, the right foundation. And if you have that foundation, no matter the storm, no matter the weather, you will be able to handle it. You'll be able to weather whatever storm comes your way because your foundation is strong and the people behind you got your back. So as we leave waiting through the BS tonight, let me help you guys understand something. I love you. I appreciate each and every last one of you for being here. And let's go into 2023, in case we don't get that fight in December, to be champions. I love you guys. Y'all have a good one.
Thank you, bro.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Good? Nice.
All right.
Thank you, guys.